So, have you ever wondered if there's a simple, absolute foundational formula for human well being? Like a framework so complete and flawless that it perfectly aligns our physical needs, our environment, and our emotional state? Today, we're exploring a seriously fascinating idea. We're looking at how an entire blueprint for a balanced life can actually be contained within just a single ancient sentence. It's a pretty incredible concept. And as we go through this, you'll see exactly how a few carefully structured words can literally map out the mechanics of human flourishing. Let's get into it. Section 1. The formula within one sentence. Unpacking a cosmic blueprint. All right, here is the exact text we're exploring today, straight from chapter 28, verse 73 of the Quran. It reads, "It is out of his mercy that he has made for you the day and night so that you may rest in the latter and seek his bounty in the former, and perhaps you will be grateful." Just take a second to look at the structure here. It's got this distinct rhythm, right? A very clear beginning, middle, and end. Which really brings us to the big question. Can a single sentence actually hold a complete blueprint for a balanced life? Well, let's dive into this cause and effect deconstruction and see exactly how these words operate together as a cohesive system. You see, this sentence operates as a perfect chronological formula. It's not just a random collection of nice thoughts, it's a deliberate progression. We kick things off at step 1 with the macro origin, mercy. Then we move to step 2, our physical environment, the cosmic design of day and night. Now this directly dictates step 3, which is our personal human action, rest and bounty. And finally, if all of those things align, we arrive at step 4, the emotional result, gratitude. It's this incredibly seamless flow, going from the grand mechanics of the universe right down to our personal internal emotions. Section 2, the origin, an act of mercy, the starting point of the cycle. So the starting point is mercy. Look at how we're defining it in this context. The text is taking the literal passage of time, the actual rotation of the Earth, and framing it not as some random physics equation or a cold mechanical process, but as an act of deliberate benevolence. It's a caring gift. The universe isn't just ticking away out there indifferently. According to this text, it's ticking away out of care for you. It is out of his mercy. Now, what's really interesting about this is how it establishes the whole tone for our existence. Think about it. If the very foundation of this system is benevolent, well, that completely changes how we view the hours in our day. It means the alternating light and dark aren't just environmental conditions we have to somehow survive. They are a specific provision designed to help us thrive. Section 3. The mechanism, day and night, the cosmic design. Notice the specific phrasing here. He has made for you the day and night. The absolute key words are made for you. The text explicitly presents the mechanics of the universe as being designed specifically for human benefit. It's an incredibly empowering perspective, honestly. These grand celestial bodies are framed as a tailored environment, functioning specifically to accommodate your human needs. And look at how this grand rhythm of the universe is just brilliantly married with our everyday biological realities. On one side, we have the cosmic design, day and night. On the other, the corresponding human action, seeking bounty and resting. The verse is perfectly syncing the cosmos with biology. It's essentially telling us that our bodies and our daily actions are meant to be in total harmony with the environment we were placed in. Section 4. The application, rest, and bounty. Dictating dual actions. Now, the text gives us 2 very different modes of operating. Think about the former, the day. It is all about action. Energy. It's the intense, active pursuit of your livelihood. You're meant to be up, moving, striving, and engaging with the world at a fast, dynamic pace. But then, consider the latter, the night. The sun goes down and the environment changes, and so must we. The text instructs us to transition into stillness. We slow down our minds, we prioritize recovery, yielding to a deep, calming rest. It establishes this profound duality, basically requiring us to match the high energy of the day and then the deep peace of the night. The text uses the phrase, seek his bounty. Now, this is a monumental concept. It takes our daily work, our pursuit of a livelihood, and our actions, and elevates them into something profound. Working, striving, and seeking sustenance during those energetic daylight hours, that's framed as fulfilling your exact part of this grand cosmic formula. But let's use these boundaries as a sort of mirror to reflect on our own lives for a second. The text demands that we respect the boundaries of time. So are we avoiding the blur between day and night? In our modern world, with all our artificial lights and constant connectivity,
It is just so easy to seek bounty in the hours meant for rest or, to be sluggish during the hours meant for action. This ancient blueprint is reminding us that we actually function best when we fully commit to action during the day and fully yield to rest at night. Breaking that boundary, it disrupts the whole formula.
Section 5. The ultimate goal, gratitude, the final result of the formula. And perhaps you will be grateful. I really want you to focus on the word perhaps here. It's such a fascinating choice. The text doesn't say, and you will instantly be grateful. It doesn't frame gratitude as this guaranteed given. Instead, it's conditional. It's a potential outcome. It implies that gratitude actually requires awareness. You have to actively recognize the mercy and actively participate in the rhythm of rest and bounty to actually unlock that feeling of gratitude. And this brilliantly illustrates how gratitude isn't just some starting point or an empty platitude. It is the natural, final result of sequentially following the previous steps. First, you acknowledge the foundational mercy. Then, you observe the physical mechanism of day and night. Next, you actively align your life with that mechanism through rest and bounty. And only then, at step 4, do you organically arrive at genuine gratitude. It's a state of being that's literally earned through alignment. Which really leaves us with this final thought to ponder. Are you observing the rhythm of rest and bounty in your own life? Are you respecting that cosmic design? And if you are you grateful for it? This one sentence offers such a profound, timeless blueprint for balance. The formula is right there. The only question is whether we choose to align with it.